Hi YouTubers, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me. No, I didn't do a video yesterday. It was my birthday. I'm now officially 68 years young. Here's a live view of the Old Faithful webcam. It's currently 55 degrees there. And things are winding down there at the park. Yep, all the lodges I believe are now closed. So you're going to see less and less people there. Let me show you real quick. Canyon Lodge closed yesterday, October 10th. Grant Village on the 2nd. Lake Lodge on the 2nd. Yellowstone Hotel and Cabins on the 2nd. Of course, Mammoth Hot Springs, that's been closed ever since they had their flooding. Old Faithful Inn closed on the 10th of October. That was yesterday, Monday. Old Faithful Snow Lodge. Now that's going to be open until October 30th. Then we got all the campgrounds. The only one that's open is the Madison campground, and that's going to be open until the 16th. So I noticed today that the Denny Creek station, which is by West Yellowstone, yeah, it's been screaming, and I haven't seen it before. Let me bring this out. Okay. Over here we got Hedge and Lake, Earthquake Lake. This is the area where they had that large earthquake. Let me see if I can find it here because they changed the location of where it was originally at. Yeah, they revised it April of this year, the 1959 7.2 earthquake. They put it over here now. Yeah, I don't know why. But as you remember, I've been talking about when Yellowstone had its last major eruption. This is the area where it started its unzipping. Yeah, multiple eruptions until it got down here by Yellowstone Lake, Heart Lake. And that's when the two calderas collapsed at the same time. So let me show you what Denny Creek's been doing. Look at all these tremors. This is what they call the comb, tooth-like tremors. Let me go to the signature. Look at all this. Now this started, look at that. This started at probably about, let me close this. Get a time here. 6:05 Universal Time. That's today. Which would have been about 7:05 Central Daylight Time. 6:05 Mountain Time. You can see we got multiple lines of melt. And it's been screaming, and I have never seen screaming going on there at Maple Creek. And this is what it was showing when I pulled the files. There's the line of melt, several lines of melt. So I pulled files because look at all this. See them all marked in red? And I pulled the files going back, oh, went too far, through Sunday. So this one looks fairly large. Let's pull it, look at it. There is a lot of them here. Take a look at this one. It's like, wow. See, we got popping of the ground. What I noticed, let me close this. There was magma coming in. Blobs of magma was coming in. And it went on. Saturday, the monitor wasn't working, so I couldn't pull it for Saturday. Here you can see Sunday, the 10th. Let me pull it over a little bit for you. Yeah, look at the line of melt. Frequency 10 hertz. Let's look at the earthquake signature. It's like, wow, what's going on there? And let's come down. I'm just going to jump around here and show you all this stuff that was going on. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I haven't seen this before. Yeah, they got magma coming up. And then I noticed, too, how the earthquakes are getting shallower. This one here, it's in blue. Let me zoom in a little bit. Is only 1.3 miles in depth. And then there was another one. I don't know if I changed it. There it is. Same location here. 1.3 miles in depth. That one's over here on the left. 2.1 miles in depth. Most of them in about, look at this one. Holy cow. 0.5 a mile in depth. 1.5 miles in depth. Let me bring it back out. Altogether, in the last week, and I'll bring it up, there's been 105 earthquakes on this map. Yeah, we got one right smack dab in the middle of Yellowstone Lake, 5.5 miles in depth. So that's not too bad. This one here on the 6th was 1/2 mile in depth. Let me look around here for some more. 1.8 miles in depth. Where's that one? That one's over here. 1.1 miles in depth. But most of them in this location have been about 3.2, 3.5. There was one that was deeper, 6.8 miles in depth. But let's bring this back out. They're all between maybe 4 and 1 miles in depth. If you look at them here. Yeah, they're getting pretty darn shallow. Let me close that. Normally the monitor for Denny Creek doesn't work very often. And if this is the reason why, yeah, I'm not surprised. It's like, oh my goodness. But what's really odd, okay, it's showing all these earthquakes on here. Popping out of the ground. I mean, look at them all. You can see them all. Let me bring it down some more. And it's really increased, and yet they're not reporting any earthquakes in this location. Let me go over here and look at that. This is one magma. And we'll go to the signature. Look at that. I guess it's good that the park is gearing up for closing down. Yeah. Is that the one I was looking for? It's hard to tell. There's so many of them here. Yeah. Alright, and this is what it was showing when I pulled the files. As you know, magma comes in from 2 different directions into Yellowstone. It comes in from the Snake River Plateau, and then moving across the park, and then it comes in from the Gulf of California, and goes at an angle. Let me pull this up for you. Comes in on the eastern side of Yellowstone Lake, and then goes up under. Yeah, it's like, wow. This here is what currently the stream view is showing. This is for the borehole, which is also in the same location. Borehole 207 for the Madison River area. And it stopped working. It shut down again at 1900 Universal Time. So that was probably almost 3 hours ago. A little more than 2 hours ago that it was shut down. And let me go back another 4 hours. There we go. Yeah, see this is, yeah, Denny Creek. Here we got Little West Thumb. I did pull these files. There, I went back another 4 hours. Yeah, I don't know what to say to you guys, but this is not good. Alright, here we have West Thumb, as I call it, Little West Thumb. And right there it was screaming. Let's go to the earthquake signature. Yeah, we got a couple earthquakes here. Yeah, they're not reporting them all. Let's just go to what it was showing when I pulled the files. Not too bad. Not like Denny Creek. Holy cow. Yeah. And you can see there was times when blobs of magma are coming in. The line of melt went up Let's just pull this across a little bit. And then it settled down. But yeah, very concerning when over there by Denny Creek, it's showing actually more activity than what West Thumb's been showing, or any other place has been showing. Yeah, let me see if there's another spot here where I can show you. It's often hard to see when there's popping of the ground on these monitors, but see, it doesn't have the sawtooth signature or the comb tooth, not like Denny Creek's been showing. Let me close this so you can see that. Anyways, the location is concerning, one, because that's where they had that large earthquake in 1959, and that's where the unzipping was happening. And so what are your thoughts? Please put that information, your thoughts, down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later.